was a cross-country runner, and then I ran marathons, and then I started cycling, and then friends of mine said, hey, sign up for this Ironman with us. And I signed up. And then there was this small little detail that I didn't really know how to swim. And so I had 9 months to learn how to swim.
I don't know how to swim. It's okay, I'll still sign up for the Ironman. I'll figure it out later. That is so tremendous. And like that is just shows your gut, your tenacity, you're so brave, right? I want a lawyer like you in my corner.
Welcome to World of Marketing Podcast, a Foster Web Marketing production. Here's your host, Tom Foster.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the World of Marketing, where I, Tom Foster, talk with legal leaders about, yes, you guessed it, marketing mindset and the growth of law firm businesses. This episode is brought to you by Foster Web Marketing. Since the internet was born, Foster has been the premier provider of customized websites, SEO, video, and strategic solutions for elite law firms. Our unparalleled web technology and systems set the gold standard in the industry, catering exclusively to a discerning clientele who demand the best. I'm speaking of one of them right now, today. We are in a series centered on trailblazing women transforming their industries, featuring candid conversations with dynamic women who share their journeys, challenges, and innovative strategies for success. Whether you're an aspiring marketer or an established leader, this podcast will be a resource for inspiration, empowerment, and expert tips from some of the brightest women in their fields. So today, I'm thrilled to announce our guest, Linda Rahal, managing shareholder at Trow Rahal, an expert in visa and immigration services for companies and foreign nationals. With a commitment to excellence, expertise, and empathy, Linda stands out in her field, advocating tirelessly for her clients. Her personal journey of resilience includes conquering the Ironman World Championship in Hawaii, showcasing her determination both in and out of the office. So let's get started. Linda, so good to have you on the podcast.
Tom. Thank you, Tom, for that wonderful introduction.
Well, thank you. You are just, you're very busy, and I appreciate the time that you took to meet with me today.
Well, thanks for inviting me.
So, Linda, you do immigration law, and so you must be pretty busy right now.
That's what everyone says. Right now is kind of the calm before the storm.
Right?
We're all like trying to just like meditate and be calm and not freak out, right? We lived through it for 4 years. We've got 4 more years to go now.
Yep. It changes It changes every time.
It does.
What you have to do, so you have to be able to deal with change, and like the mouse. Talk about mouse moving your cheese. Your cheese is being moved all the damn time, right?
It is, with new policies and ideas of what foreign nationals should or shouldn't be doing in the United States.
Wow, it's incredible. So, I want to dig into a little bit about what it is to be an immigration lawyer, if you don't mind. Then I want to get into your story, like how you got to where you are. So, immigration lawyer, are you dealing with people from every country in the world coming into our, are you specific on certain countries, or how does it work? Explain.
So Trow Rahal focuses on business immigration. So we represent companies and highly skilled individuals who want to start their own companies. We do some family law, complicated naturalization cases, things like that. What we don't do is the deportation, the removal, the asylum type cases.
Oh, got it. So
we're very specialized on the business side.
Yeah, I love that. So you're very specialized on the business. So any country can come to you?
Any country.
Any company in any country would come to you and say, I need to do business in the United States. Please help me do that.
We can help them, but we also help U.S. companies if they're hiring students or foreign nationals in the U.S. who need work visas.
Oh, really?
Cards. Yeah.
I've had that. It
don't have to be an international company. It can be a U.S. company who's finding, need for talent, and they happen to be, foreign nationals on visas.
Okay, so I've got an interesting thing because I've got a guy. His name is Thomas in France.
Uh-huh.
That I would love to have him come work for me. So you could help me do that.
Absolutely. We can
Oh,
talk after this, Tom.
let's do that. Let's do that because I didn't know how to do it. Like I don't know how to do that stuff, and that's what you do. Duh.
But it's a whole business. It's a whole industry
It's a whole
helping
thing.
people
Well,
get
that's
work
great.
visas in the United States.
And that's such a need, right? You want to do it the right way. You want to work. You want to make sure everything's legal. You want to do it the right way. So, like, tell
But
me,
it's their life. So, yeah.
right? I know it's their life, but from a business standpoint, for me, owning the business where I want to take a guy that lives in France, I want him to come work for me here. I had no idea how to do that, but that's what you do. That's
Right.
where you come in.
Just
So,
like I don't know how to build a website, and that's what
right,
you do.
right.
You
That's what I'm saying. This is fantastic. And so, like everybody, you got somebody that you want to bring in. You've got your business because there's a bunch of lawyers and doctors listening to this. Listen, you got somebody from out of country you want to bring in. This is how you do it. Talk to Linda. This is what she does every day.
Yep, we've got 17 people, and that's all we do.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. So, how many businesses and people do you believe that you've helped in your career?
Oh, thousands,
Thousands.
tens of thousands. Yeah. I mean,
What
I've
is
been
your
doing
most
this for over 30 years. So,
What is your most proudest? Do you have a proudest moment or what thing that you love the most?
of like who we've helped,
Yes.
um, it's always the stuff that goes outside of your norm. So when I first started, I wanted to try and do asylum, and I took a class, and I talked to my partner then and said, I want to do this, but they require that you take on 2 asylum cases when you finish. So knowing that we were business immigration lawyers, after I took the class, they came to us and say, we have 4 people who actually don't want to do asylum, but we need somebody who can assess are there other visa options for them. And this was the government in exile of Burma at the time, and after 1990. So we ended up doing asylum cases for them, and then doing a lot of pro bono work for that community.
Wow. Okay. So asylum. So how did you get into it? Like, what was your motivation to become an immigration lawyer? Like, what?
Well,
Tell me the
like most
backstory.
people, they kind of fall into their careers.
Right.
So after college, my first real job was an immigration paralegal up in Boston. And then I decided Boston was too cold and I wanted warmer weather. So I came down to DC and took a job as an immigration paralegal here, working for Steve Trow as a paralegal. And then I decided, maybe I should go to law school. And then I went to law school. And after law school, Steve Trow was still doing his thing. And I kept in touch with him. And he wanted to start his own firm. He had a couple of big clients that he wanted to just start a firm with. So we started after I graduated.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was
That is wow, good for you, man. Like that's just opportunity, opportunity knocks, you took it. Opportunity, opportunity, opportunity. Wow, good for you.
that's kind of my philosophy, I think, on life. Make sure you take advantage of the opportunities as they come by.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and you've had lots of them come to you. Like, okay, so you where are you from originally?
I was born in Massachusetts, grew up in New Jersey,
Okay.
now live in DC.
So you're a Jersey girl.
Yeah.
You grew up a Jersey girl, and so then you become this immigration assistant at a law firm,
Yeah.
and that's what gets you interested in it. And you're like, wow, I like these people. I want to help these people. Is that kind of what
Yeah. And at one
inspired
point
you?
I said, I'm not going to do immigration anymore, but I kept doing it and here I am. So yeah, it's
Yeah, you
provided
never
a lot
lost
of
you love it, right? You never, you fell in love with it.
I've grown, changed my job a million times in the last few decades, from the grinder to the finder to the minder, whatever it is.
Right, but
Yeah.
you're still involved in immigration, like
Yeah, that's all.
getting businesses and people into the country legally in the right way. It's
Right.
fantastic, Linda. I love that story. Okay, so you go to law school and you graduate, and so the guy that you worked for before says, "Hey, just come on and be a partner." He just partnered with
I
you.
didn't start as a partner, but it
Okay.
evolved into that. That's what I mean by I changed my role many times along the way.
So how did you become a partner to becoming, how did you get from, I graduated law school, going back to my old boss, working for him, and now you're the managing partner of the firm. So how did you get to there?
Well, you kind of make yourself indispensable, right? You work
Yeah.
hard. I grew the business with him. So over time, as he always said, you want to make sure you keep your best resources happy, and those are your people. So over time,
Sure.
we ended up kind of 50-50, and then and he retired in a very convenient date of December 2019, 3 months before the pandemic hit.
Oh, good for him. Smart.
So I was left to navigate those waters.
Oh, wow. So he's retired,
Yes,
but you keep him on there.
correct.
Oh, because you're a
The
loyal
name
person.
has recognition.
Yes, you're wow. Good job on that, by the way. That just shows what a great person you are, everybody. Like her ego is not inflamed. She doesn't have to have it like, oh no, we got to change the name now to Linda Rahal. Yeah, immigration lawyer. No, you kept the brand. That's very smart business. Very smart. That's a good point for everybody. Like, don't let your ego get in your way, right?
Right. No, the name, and people still search for him, and he's still on our website,
Right.
and, they find us
Yeah, exactly. Because how many years did he do it?
longer than me.
Right. So that's what you're picking up on too. That's great. Linda, all right. So also during this time, like you ran the Ironman in Hawaii. What's that all about? Like, tell us about that. Like, I
Yeah,
don't think,
so, I was a cross-country runner, and then I ran marathons, and then I started cycling, and then friends of mine said, hey, sign up for this Ironman with us. So that was in like 2001 or something. I said, okay. And I signed up. And then there was this small little detail that I didn't really know how to swim. And so I had 9 months to learn how to swim. And then I learned how to swim. And I did my first Ironman in Florida. And then 4 or 5 years later, I did the Ironman World Championship in Hawaii. And you have to earn your slot there. So I earned it through this thing called the CEO Challenge at the time. We had a race within a race. CEOs had a race within a race. There weren't many CEOs of a certain size company who were women. So just by like finishing the race, I got a slot to go to the World
nice.
Championship. And that was like one of my greatest marketing things too, because you do what you want to do and you don't really think you're marketing. And then I got in there at the CEO level of people running the Ironman, and some of them hired me after that.
Yeah.
A lot of the professional triathletes I ended up working with because they needed
course.
visas to train and live in the United States and compete. So it became a little thing. And it also, when I was thinking about it, you have to stay relevant because I haven't been doing that for a long time now. And so those clients aren't coming to me anymore because I'm not out there racing with them. I'm not in front of them. So one of the big marketing things is you got to stay in front of people all the time.
Yeah, you got to be relevant and you got to keep that going. But that was a great, once again, you're opportunistic. You have this opportunity and you seize it and like, wow. And another thing about this is your passion, right? You're running and you want to do the race and you signed up for this, and your passion brings you your income, your
Yeah, you
passion.
combine the two, and that's fun.
Right.
I got to do
It's so
business development.
fun.
I got to do business development trips for a couple years in a row to Hawaii to watch
That's fantastic.
to meet with my clients over there.
That's fantastic. Wow, man,
It
that's
was
neat.
fun.
So, and the other thing that you said that blew my mind was the fact that you learned how to swim. I don't know how to swim. Okay, I'll still sign up for the Ironman. I'll figure it out later. That is so tremendous. And like that is just shows your just your gut, your tenacity, you're so brave, right? Just do it.
You just do things. You just
That's
do
so
things.
fantastic. So like that I want a lawyer like you in my corner, right? Fighting for me, getting things done because I know that you're going to do it the right way. And that's really it.
Or we'll give it our all.
Yeah, you're going to give it your all because that's what you do. It's just a part of who you are as a human being.
Yeah.
That's what's so wonderful.
High expectations of myself and of others to get things done and get them done right.
So, okay. So you do the Ironman. So if you don't mind me asking, like, when was that?
That was 2005, almost 20 years ago.
Yeah, 20 years ago. Okay, so that's when you were doing all that stuff. Okay, so then, all right. After all of that, that was good for business. So then another transition, right? You have to make another transition because you don't have that anymore. So what do you do to get business after that?
Well, as I say, stay out in front of people. I believe in, it's a whole combination of things between networking and getting a good website, social media. We're now posting daily on our social media, which has really helped us. So just really developing a network of referrals so that you can take care of your clients at all levels. They need an employment lawyer. They need, a web designer. They need whatever they need, and we can refer them to people.
So it's really networking. I mean, like that's really the key, right? I mean, like getting out there. That's how you and I got connected. Because we have the same banker, right?
Right.
Like
and
that's
you came to a networking group I was in.
Exactly. And then that's bang. That was a beautiful thing. And that's how it works, folks. You got to get out there. You got to get out there and meet people. I know it's hard, but you got to do it. If you're an introvert, just extrovert yourself every now and then and go out there.
I call myself a social introvert.
Yeah.
I always plot on the introverted side, but
I'm an introvert. It's very hard for me to do those things, but I have to go in there and I turn into a different person. That's
absolutely.
how you got to do it. Yeah. But can you tell me a little bit about an example of a business, like one of your great clients, like what you did for them, like how you helped them that you're proud of?
Well, there's been so many.
Pick one.
Well, recently we represented for a couple years a small electric battery company, and we helped them bring in talent from abroad. They had their parent company was abroad, and
where?
Nordic country.
Okay.
And then hire researchers, hire students, transfer people from abroad to here, and help them through the immigration process. That's one example of a company.
And then that you were just involved in that entire time, right? That they were doing that work, and you were helping them with their people flow back and forth, right?
Yep. We were helping them getting their people into the United States, getting them visas, and then allowing them to stay here.
That's fantastic. And it's pretty simple.
You would think, but it's gotten really complicated in the last 2 decades.
I'm sure what you do is complicated, but the concept, I mean, is simple. It's like, hey, man, if you are a company that needs foreign employees, then you need to work with Linda, who just takes care of all of the stuff that you got to do. It's no different than what you were saying earlier about me doing your website. Yeah, it's complicated. But for you.
In most companies, the HR director, someone in human resources will be our contact.
Oh, okay.
We try and make their job easier by, taking that work off their desk and making it as easy as possible for them.
So that's who you talk to, is like that's who you're looking for as HR directors at companies?
Well, that's who we end up working with, but it's usually somebody higher up in the C-suite who hires us.
That's looking for you, that knows that there's a need. Okay, very good. Well, Linda, it has been a pleasure having you on my podcast, The World of Marketing. You've accomplished so much, and I think I've said it already, but Linda's been a client for many years now, and we met through our banker, which is, networking works. It's benefited both of us.
And timing is everything. Tom came to a meeting, and you came to a meeting, and I needed a new website at that time.
Right. It was just that at that moment you needed one, and I jumped, and I said, I can help you. And then we did, and it's worked out for both of us. I got a great client, and you got a great website.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep going. Linda, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you for the opportunity once again.
For sure. Okay, everybody, it's been Linda and Tom on The World of Marketing. You all have yourselves a great day. See you soon.